Was that one of the hardest ones you've done?
Yes, definitely.
Wow, this is really cool. It's got a nice little porch on the front. Kind of a wrap-around porch here. Nicely built. I like it. Must be this is going to be a sliding glass door right here. This is cool. Very cool. If I had to guess, maybe a bathroom, but we'll find out. Bedroom back here or something. Nice. Nice half log siding. I think I'll put that on the one I'm building actually. That looks really nice. Let's walk around the back and see what this looks like. What a beautiful morning. Well, my buddy John should be here any minute now, and once he gets here, he's going to explain more about this building, what sets it apart from some of the other ones. So John owns a portable building shed company, Between the Line Storage Solutions. What's the customer want on this one?
So this one, the customer is retiring. They're selling their big house, looking to downsize, and they're just kind of looking for their retirement home. And they don't want a lot of maintenance. They don't want a lot of upkeep. This building in particular is built, meet all the Michigan building codes. It's got 2x6 wall, 3/4 inch subfloor, engineered trusses. The trusses are engineered for the snow load for the particular county that this building is going in. I want to talk about just what it takes to get one of these buildings like this to code. That's always been the problem in the portable building manufacturing world, where everybody wants to turn these into a tiny home, but they don't meet code. And so they set them there, a lot of times without a permit, get caught, and then it becomes an issue. So then they come back and they want blueprints and they want but the building isn't to code. So what we decided to do is we wanted to build a building to code, so people don't have any problems, and then just do a total install of the building. So we're not just dropping a building off to them and just kind of wishing them good luck. We've done a lot of work with designers, engineered footings, all trying to keep it budget friendly too.
Nice.
So trying to find that sweet spot where budget meets quality, and then where you can have a good solid foundation and you're not breaking the bank doing it, because it brings us to just the next point on how much housing is costing and the housing crisis that we're kind of in. So we're looking to alleviate some of that stuff.
This building's heavy enough, he's got to two-part the line. So he's running it through the pulley and back up to the frame. Give it a little mechanical leverage. It's a big building, so it's pretty heavy. 16 by 40. Say it again. Most important part?
I can't say it on video now.
I'm not videoing. What? Hey, Simon. What's the most important part?
Strapping it down. That's the most important part of it.
All right.
thought about that though later. I was like, I wonder if a bee blocking the thing. Yeah, yeah.
What's the outside of it?
Yeah.
One bar and a dream, right?
Mm-hmm. Did you put another battery in it?
Yep.
You got another one on the charge, Jacob? Yes, sir. Okay.
Watch and learn.
Taking the boards out, Jake?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Not quite. Well, wait on.
Well, they got it on there. Pretty impressive. What do you think, John?
I think that was a lot of work.
Was that one of the hardest ones you've done?
Yes, definitely.
But got it figured out now. Gonna
Yes,
go a lot better
that'll
next
be- It'll
time.
go a lot easier next time.
Yep. That still didn't go too bad.
No, nothing broke. Good day.
Heck yeah.
I was gonna say, you just said the same thing twice.
The door's kind of opening on us.
I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this look into how a portable cabin can be legally installed up to code, and therefore be an affordable option in a real estate market that's lost its mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you soon.